Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I am going to go over boxes and circles and how you would use that to solve equations and linear inequalities. So I'm going to start by using boxes and circles on expression, and then I'm going to do a couple delta math questions using boxes and circles. All right, so here we go. Now, boxes and circles is something I came up with to help my students understand what terms should go together. So the way I'm going to do this is anything that has an X goes into the X box. Anything that doesn't have an X goes into the circle. So the 2 is going to go here, minus 3X goes here, plus 6X goes here, plus 7 goes in the circle, minus 10X goes in the box, plus 5 goes here. Now, all I'm going to do is total it up. So it's going to be a negative 3 plus 6, which is going to be a positive 3X. 3X plus minus 10X is going to be a negative 7X. All right, so that's the total in the box. So that's the total for the X's. And then I do the same thing for the circles. I'm going to have 2 plus 7 plus 5. So 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. So our simplified expression would be a negative 7X plus 14. Now, it's easy enough to check this. I'm going to show you how to check it in the next one. I'm going to keep it moving. All right, the next one. Number 2. Now, this has more terms. It also has parentheses. Now, the very first thing you should do before you try to box and circle anything is get rid of the parentheses by using the distributive property. So once you've done that, then you're going to box and circle everything up. So here we go. So a negative 2 times 1x is going to be a negative 2x. And then a negative 2 plus 5 is going to be a negative 10. So now this term, those terms are gone. So now I can do boxes and circles. So 3x goes into the box, plus 4 goes into the circle, minus 6x goes into the box, plus 2.5 goes into the circle, plus 2x goes into the circle, minus 2x goes into the circle, minus 10 goes into the circle, or minus 2x goes into the box, minus 10 goes into the circle, minus 5x goes into the box, plus 7 goes into the circle, and then minus 1.5x also goes into the box. Now, all I'm going to do from here is I am just going to use my calculator and I'm going to total everything up. So let me get the calculator and let me show you what I mean. All I'm going to do is take all the coefficients and just add them. So it's going to be 3 plus a negative 6 plus 2 plus a negative 2 plus a negative 5 plus a negative 1.5, and then I press enter. And I get a negative 9.5. So that is what I am going to write for my simplified coefficient for the variable. And then I'm going to do the same thing for the circle. It's just going to be 4 plus 2.5 plus a negative 10 plus 7. And then I press enter. And I got 3.5. So here's what it looks like. So this simplified expression would be 9.5x plus 3.5. Now, I'm going to show you how you can check this. And I think most students would benefit from using this, especially if you have a calculator that allows you to store numbers. All right, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to store a number for x. So I'm going to choose $1.23. And it doesn't matter what number you choose. I wouldn't choose 1 or 0 because those are weird numbers, but I'm going to store $1.23, and then I'm just going to key in the original expression exactly like it is, and then I'm going to key in the simplify. And if I've done my algebra and addition correctly, they should match. All right, so it's going to be 3x plus 4 minus 6x plus 2.5 plus 2x minus 2 parentheses x plus 5, and then minus 5x, and then plus 7, and then minus 1.5x. Then I press enter, and it says a negative 8.185. Doesn't matter what this number is, but when I key in my expression simplified, it should match. If it doesn't, then that means I've made a mistake. If they match, then I can feel pretty confident that my algebra is good. 9.5 x is what we simplified the coefficient to, plus 3.5, the constants, and it doesn't match. Hold on. So let me go back and double check what I've done here. I got 3.5. So let me go back. I got 4 plus 2.5 plus a negative 10 plus 7. That looks good. Where did I go awry? Let's see. Did I leave something out? I got a 4. I got a 2.5. I've got a negative 10 plus 7. All right, I got 3.5 here, negative. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see where my mistake is. Let me double check this part over here. We got 3x minus 6x plus 2x minus 2x minus 5x minus 1.5. And that looks good. 3, negative 6, 2x minus 2, negative 5. All right, that looks good too. Oh, dang it. I forgot the negative. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so the best thing about this is, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do this on purpose, but that should have been a negative 9.5. So if I make this a negative 9.5, they match. All right, so now, I didn't mean to do that, but that's why even teachers make mistakes, but it's good to check your algebra, and they should match. Now I'm confident. Now, I didn't mean to do that, but I think that's good to see that even teachers make mistakes. That's why everyone should be checking their algebra. All right, now I'm going to go and I'm going to do 2 questions from the Delta Math assignment, and then I'm going to post this. So, and I'm going to use boxes and circles to do it. I'm going to show you boxes and circles in action. All right, so now I have an inequality. 6d plus 2 is greater than or equal to d minus 9. So let me write that down. So that's going to be 6d plus 2 is greater than or equal to 1d minus 9. And then I am going to, let me go here, just going to box everything up. Box everything up, circle, box, oops, box, circle. Now, don't need to combine any terms because everything is, I got one term, one variable, and one constant on both sides. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this box and move it over. So that 1d becomes a negative 1d, because if I move something from one side of the inequality or equation to the other side, I have to change the sign. And then this plus 2 comes here, and this becomes a minus 2. All right, now, all I'm going to do is combine these boxes. So 6 plus a negative 1 is going to be 5d on this side, and then a negative 9 minus 2, or a negative 9 plus a negative 2, is going to be a negative 11. And then the last step is divide by the coefficient. So it's going to be 1d is greater than or equal to a negative 11 over 5. So let's go and let's enter that. Let's go. So this is going to be d is greater than or equal to a negative 11 over 5. Submit it. And it says, nice job. Now I'm going to do one more, and this time I'm going to do an equation. And here we have it. Now this has a bunch of parentheses, a bunch of terms, but it's still the same idea. In fact, let me turn this to the side so I can get everything in here. All right, so this is going to be a negative 2 plus 7 times parentheses 4x plus 3 equals 4x minus 3.4 times a negative 7.1x plus 1. All right, so now here we go. first thing you need to do in order to solve this is you need to get rid of parentheses. So I'm going to go 7 times 4, that's going to be a positive 28x, and then I'm going to go 7 times 3, that's going to be a positive 21. Over here, I'm going to use the calculator since I have some decimals. I want to make sure I don't make a careless mistake, but I'm going to multiply negative 3.4 times a negative 7.1, and then I'm going to do a negative 3.4 times 1. I already know that one. It's going to be a negative 3.4. Now, I'm just going to use the calculator to get that, to do that product. So a negative 3.4 times a negative 7.1, and I get 24.14x. Okay, so let me go, I can get rid of this now, and let me make sure everything looks good, because let me make sure I didn't do anything careless. A negative 3.4 times a negative 7.1, and I got 24.14. Okay, so now from here, I'm just going to box. I'm going to have one box on the left. I have one circle, one box on the right, one circle. Every term is going to go into a box or a circle. So negative 2 is going to go here. The plus 28x is going to go here. Plus 21 is going to go here. Then I go to the right-hand side of the equation. I'm going to have 4x here. I'm going to have a positive 24.14x here. And then I'm going to have a negative 3.4 here. Now, I'm just going to combine the terms that I need to combine. So a negative 2 plus 21 is going to be a positive 19. And then $24.14 plus $4 is going to be $28.14, right? Now that I've combined the terms, I'm just going to move the boxes with the boxes and the circles with the circles. So this box is going to come here, and it's going to now, it was a positive 2814, so now it's going to be a negative 2814x. And then this plus 19, when I move it over here with the other circle, it's just going to become a negative 19. All right, so now remember, anytime you move a box or circle from one side of the equation or inequality to the other side of the equation or inequality, you have to change the sign. So now I've got 28 minus 2814, so that's going to be a negative 0.14x. That's a pretty simple addition, but if you're not sure, use the calculator. And then over here, I have a negative 3.4 minus 19, so that's going to be a negative 22.4. Okay, now last step is divide by the coefficient, so I'm going to be dividing by 0.14, a negative 0.14, and then I'm going to have 1x over here. And now let me grab the calculator and finish this off. So so here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this, so there's no ambiguity about what I'm doing. So this is a negative 22.4 divided by a negative 0.14, and I get 160. Is that correct? And it looks good. Now, how do I know it's correct? There's a bunch of ways to check this, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a feature on the calculator to help me answer this question. So let me go and let me show you this. Now, all I'm going to do is from this main calculator page, I'm going to do menu 32. Now, this defaults to 2 equations, but I only have 1 equation, so I'm going to change that to a 1, and then I'm going to press enter. Now, I'm just going to type in the entire equation inside of this box, and then I'm going to press enter. So it's a negative 2 plus 7 parentheses 4x plus 3, close the parentheses, equals 4x. Now, notice, I'm not doing any distribution or any combining of like terms. All I'm doing is typing in the original equation that they gave me exactly like they gave it to me. No, I didn't change anything. And I like that because if you sometimes do distribution or combine like terms, you might make a mistake, and that's an issue. So now there's my answer. It says the answer should be 160. That's what we got. So now we can feel comfortable going in and typing in 160. Submit it. And it's correct. All right, so let me go back and review this really quickly. Boxes and circles. I like boxes and circles because it helps students understand what terms should be combined with each other. And then once you have all the terms combined on one side of the equation and all the terms combined on the other side of the equation, then you can see that boxes go with boxes and circles go with circles. A lot of students get confused about once they've combined like terms, what's my next step? Well, you got a box on this side, a box on this side. Go ahead and combine them. But remember, when you move it to the other side of the equation, you have to flip the sign. And that handles the inverse property. Okay, so that's it. Box everything up, circle everything up, total it. This is the simplified form of this expression. And you do that if you have an equation. You do that for both sides of the equation, like I did here. Right? Everything in the box is circled on the left, everything in the box is circled on the right, total everything up, and then boxes go with boxes, circles go with circles. All right, guys, this is a little longer than I planned, but I'm hoping that it was helpful. If you have any questions about boxes and circles, or if you want me to do it the quote unquote traditional way, let me know and I can do that as well. All right, I am going to stop this and I am going to post.